Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, guys, SPY and QQ are at fresh new all-time highs. We did have a CPI come in tame / cool. And now you see the market has like that. Now, I will remind everyone, guys, here on the channel, we did flip our thesis from a bearish thesis to a long thesis, okay, a bullish thesis. Back at 519, the level was exactly 519. That was over here. Now, how much higher are we, guys? We are almost $10 higher from that point, almost 2% higher, which means we saved yourself 2% of pain there. Imagine if you're playing options. That's a lot of freaking pain. All right, guys, so if you are a fan of unbiased, unemotional technical analysis that you can find every single day here on YouTube. And guys, click the subscribe button, click the bell. We will have an update for you every single day. All right. We come here. We have a daily update Monday through Friday, and then we have one weekly update every Saturday. So that is something that you can be looking forward to. Relaxing with us, going over where we are likely going from here. What are the probabilities suggesting? Now, I will start us off over here on Mr. VIX. Guys, we had a path, and when we draw these paths here on the channel, all right, and they follow them down to a T, exact paths, makes your boy pretty happy, and I hope you guys are pretty happy with the analysis as well. All right, now when VIX came down here and hit this level over here on the daily RSI, I pointed out that 8 out of the 8 last times that this took place, you had this pattern play out where you got this dead cat bounce for a few days, and then boom, you sold off to a new low over here on Mr. VIX. Right here, boom, boom. Right here, boom, boom. It took a while. Right here, boom. 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 All right, and we're just waiting for the 9th out of 9 times to happen. And what happened, guys? We are getting exactly that. Now, I don't think we have any reason to be bearish necessarily on SPY and QQ. Why? Because VIX still has not even undercut this low here. I am at least looking for this to undercut the low and for a bullish divergence to have the chance of forming here. See this path? That's what I'm looking for. And if that's going to be the case, then SPY and QQ are going to go up a little further. All right, guys, so I do have these Fibonacci extensions right here, and I don't use the Fibonacci extension tool. I use the Fib retracement tool. This is what a book showed me once, and I have enjoyed using this instead of using a completely different tool. All right, but I'll point out the last time you had your correction, you then broke up to new high, which validated this as the correction. All right, because let's look at it this way. If sellers were going to step in, they would have done it right here in the golden pocket, and that is how you would have gotten the next leg down. But what happened, guys? There was this day right here. Right over here, where you peeped your head above 518, which is where our 0.786 fib was, and you passed 519, which was $1 higher than the 0.786 fib. That was our line in the sand over here on the channel. And what happened then? You ripped freaking faces off. I hope your face didn't get ripped off. I hope you flipped with me, because quite frankly, it would have been a bad time. And guys, here on this channel, we like to avoid having these bad times as much as possible. We don't want to have a bad time. We want to have a good time. All right? You go with the trend. You go with what you know to work, and you're going to have a good time. All right? I will guide us in that direction here on this channel as we go throughout time. All right? As we move forward for years and years to come, guys, we'll be here rocking it on the YouTube. All right? But now, guys, now that SPY is at a new all-time high, we're obviously going to be watching this 524.61 level, the high of this candlestick, as support. All right, it was resistance. Now we're looking for it to be support. You had your supply. Now it's going to be demand. You come over here to QQ. Well, we're going to be looking at the same exact thing. And if that's going to be the case, guys, you have room to go a little bit higher and then pull back. And then that leaves it for that next leg up. There you go. All right, so, yeah, guys, I think it's pretty safe to say this was not this. All of the perma bears, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I understand. It sucks. It does. But it is very freaking obvious that we are not getting this, you know, big sell here, that we're going to have a few legs down. I was excited too. I really was. But it's very obvious that that's not going to be the case. And quite frankly, What I think is much more likely to be the case is now wherever we, top out here, is it could be $10 higher, it could be $15 higher, wherever that is. You get your mighty big pullback. All right. And you're looking for that. All right. I understand people might, say, hey, things don't make sense right now. They really don't. The things shouldn't be at a new all-time high. Things are really bad in the economy. Guys, the charts are separate than the economy. I promise. I promise. If you want to have that good time, you're going to follow these charts with me. All right. You're going to follow these charts with me on this channel 6 out of 7 days a week. And we're going to have that good time. And guys, at the end of the day, even if you lost money, at least you're going to know you're going to have one time throughout the day, that 20 to 30 minute time where you get to come over here and have a good time. All right. Laugh about it. Because at the end of the day, we got to have a good time in the markets. We got to, we got to enjoy these things because guys, we have to deal with them every day. And sometimes they give us frustration. We want to avoid those frustrating moments. They lead to bad decisions. We don't want those bad decisions. All right. I will definitely point out you have this decreasing volume here on this whole entire run. All right. Even with today's big move. Now it's 111, guys. Make your wish. People do it at 1111. I do all of them. You see 444. I'm with it. 666. We're not with it. we're not with it. All right. But that's okay. I actually saw there's a family the other day and all of their numbers, they're pouring over from T-Mobile. All of the numbers were 666. And I was like, holy. Did I hear that right? They just kept giving me, there were 3 of them. I was like, this is terrible. Who burdened you with these phone numbers? The whole fam? Really? Tragic. All right. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, guys, if you do pull back in the short term, you're looking for buyers to step in here between 44633 and 44934. All right. So that's what you're paying attention to over there. SPY. Same exact thing. 524.61 comes back down into play, guys. It's in play. You're looking for buyers to step in there. It's easy as day. All right, easy as day. Does not get harder than that. Come over here to IWM. Okay. Obviously, guys, this is where we're looking for sellers. This is the same spot we're looking for sellers here. Same spot over here. Now I'm going to say the same exact thing. You did break above this 0.786 fib. So, I am looking, in a bullish manner here. I'm just going to say, you could very easily just do this. Pull back off of here. Put in this, higher low here. Now what do we have? Clear as day, you got that inverse head and shoulders continuation pattern. And then you could be blasting off the 217. All right, so you guys, things don't look all that bad. Be bullish on this next pullback, but I don't know if that pullback is happening just yet. SPY does have one slight 15-minute bearish divergence here going on. All right, but QQ doesn't. And QQ wants to just keep ripping faces. So, that's going to be the leader. Let's see what's happening with Chips over here. Chips going to be leading that. And let's talk about some setups in this video as well. All right, so first things first, SMH breaking out to a new high. It's very freaking bullish, all right? So now let's talk about some setups. Over here, SMCI broke out of this 2-month downtrend here. Okay, it took a pretty long time to put together. Looks like you got a straight shot over here for $1,000. We've been pointing this setup out. We said something big was coming. This trend line marked your key to your short/long opportunity. It was a two-way setup. There you go. You come over here to the big boy NVIDIA himself. NVIDIA, guys, you see that arrow? All right. Well, if you got above it, you got above this level right here, 522.25. That is exactly what we're going to be paying attention for. The break and retest off that level. Now, what happened this morning, you ask? You came down, you broke and retested off that level. All right. And you didn't look back ever since. All right. It does look like this thing wants to run straight up into the supply zone. Let's see what happens at 958, guys. This thing looks bullish. Next thing we'll talk about is Tesla over here. All right. I like how you're flipping your daily 9 EMA here. I would have really freaking liked it down here at 160.51. That is exactly where I was looking for it. We did not end up seeing it down here. We're looking for buyers either right here or down here. If you got here, I was more than willing to play it. I'm not going to touch this thing. I'm going to be honest, all right? But this does have a pretty sexy setup, if I do say so myself, all right? So there's that. I'll keep pounding the table on snow. I think a big move is coming over here. I was pointing out on each one of these dips, all right? And this zone right here, guys, is really your neckline to this inverse head and shoulders pattern. If you could break above 165.89, hide this candlestick, 160, am I bugging? 165.89, no, hide this candlestick right here, okay? If you can get above there, I think this thing's going to start going for a ride, and I think you have this move right here on the table. All right, so that's that. Let's now bring it over to Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin I think is looking really sexy. All right, you got this inverse head and shoulders breakout taking place right here as we speak. You have your uptrend being respected. You have a break and retest off of this descending parallel channel here / bull flag, whatever, however you want to look at this thing. All right, this thing is looking sexy, guys. And you're going to have some of these other names, all right, that go with Bitcoin. They're going to be heating up. I've been pointing this one out. Coin, looks like we called the bottom, baby. Looks like we did. All right, guys, so you had this 1 hour bullish divergence going over here. You're either going to get your bounce here, or it was very likely going to be right here in this demand zone down here. Looks like you started that move up. So you got things like that. You got things like Mara over here. Mara's looking absolutely phenomenal right now. Absolutely phenomenal with that move. Amazing right there. All right, break and retest. You got CLSK looking like that over here. You have Riot looking like that over here, right? These things are in these consolidation patterns, and they're getting ready to bust up. All right, so you know, let me know if you guys are playing the miners. I'm playing it with CLSK on this round. That is one that I see, you know, have these positive reactions here. All right, on these, you know, moves up. Okay, guys, that was a 50% move. I'd love to catch a 50% move. I don't think that'll be the case. I definitely will not be holding for that. But yeah, if I see that little pop, I like it. All right, regardless, they're going to follow this thing. And this thing, I think, is going higher from here. You want to take 100% retracement of, let's say that was your correction. You're looking for sellers right here. I'll mark it out right here for us so we see it, even though that's going to probably be hit tomorrow. All right, you're looking for sellers somewhere in between here and here. Okay, if I had to guess, you're probably going to get up here to like 70K. That's what I'm looking for over there on Bitcoin and some of those miners. All right, you got Baba, guys, still looking pretty good over here. All right, this is the last time I'm really going to mention Baba, because I think, hey, if you want to buy it, do it down here. You don't do it up here. Okay, this is a range that it potentially could just stay in. That's something to take note of over there. All right, guys, I think that is pretty much it. GME and AMC, someone wanted me to put my thoughts out there. Well, I did tweet on Twitter that I think this thing is really catching steam. It said, "No cap, this is catching steam." Oh, if you're not already on my Twitter, guys, go over and follow on the Twitter. The link is down below in the description. Yeah, it definitely was catching steam over here. You can clear as day see that one. I think it was right here on, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was on Monday. And yeah, I think I saw Andrew Tate talking about it. I'm just seeing these bigger people talk about it, and they're like, oh, it's the actual movement again. It's like actually happening. Now, I'm not saying GME is going all-time highs, but I will definitely say you got up to like $80, which is, you know, you only had to run another 50%. I thought there's a solid chance, yeah, you were going to go do it. Guys, avoid these things like the plague, honestly. We have plenty of setups that if you want to consistently stack your capital and, you know, have these small wins, which honestly tend to be big wins over time if, you know, you're willing to wait things out. We have plenty of those opportunities here on this channel. You don't need to be playing things like this. I'm going to be completely honest. That's my opinion on it. Someone asked for my opinion. That's it. I made, I'll tell you guys, I made $2,000 into $300,000 back in 2021, July. I wish I still had that money. I'm going to be honest. I wish I just kind of put all that money as, well, I'm actually, you know, I kind of don't wish that, because it probably wouldn't have taken this exact path if that had been the case. Things would be different for me, all right? Whether that be in a good or bad way, things would be different. I would not have gotten, you know, really in love with trading. I just don't think I would have. All right. But the guys, you know, those opportunities, it was right over here. Those opportunities, they could be there. Okay. They can happen. But they're very, 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 very unlikely. And you literally have to just take a straight up gamble to get there. And then once you get that money, you think you're a genius and you're like, oh, I just did it. And you're probably going to lose it because you're probably going to do the same exact thing on a different ticker, trying to do it again. That is why I say avoid these things like the plague. It is a terrible mentality. And there's absolutely no reason to be thinking like that when, you know, we got good stuff here on the channel on a continuous basis. You don't have a reason to be talking like, you know, talking like these. Like if you wanted a banger opportunity, I pounded the damn table on this ticker over here. You wanted a banger, all right? You wanted your 5 to 10x over the following 2 to 3 weeks. This guy right here, I know for a fact I pounded it right here. I know for a fact I pounded it right here. All right. And then you started ticking up. And I said, I didn't think it was looking back. All right. And in reality, break and retest is the exact setup post earnings that I talked about I was going to be watching for. All right. Well, guess what? This was the day after earnings. It came down to it. You ripped faces ever since. I also put it on your radar right here, 68.95. All right. I was trying to avoid like a hiccup there. All right. Guess what? That's a $6. Like things like these we see very freaking often here, and I'll call them here out on the channel. I guarantee it. All right. So just wait on them. Just wait on them. You don't need to pay an AMC. All right. GME. But I did say if you did miss that, then BYND is probably going to have a big day at some point. I said that intraday on this day right there. Okay. And then you did end up having your big day right there at some point the next day. All right. So like, you know, sympathy plays when you see things like that and the premiums are juiced. Sympathy plays. All right. That would have been this guy. All right, guys. But that's all I got for you today. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. I will catch you all tomorrow. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day and peace.